This study examines the rise of King Saul, as described in the biblical narrative, and the uprising of Labaya, as attested in the Amarna Letters, to be recording the same military campaigns, suggesting Labaya was his theophoric name and Saul a title this Habiru leader took for himself. Unfortunately, in the Amarna Letters, after several exchanges of correspondence, the defiant actions of the Habiru eventually reached a point of no return, and communication between Labaya and Pharaoh abruptly ceased. Although Labaya's direct communication with Pharaoh ended, other Egyptian vassals recount ongoing attacks by the rebellious Habiru. These conflicts bear striking similarities to Saul's campaigns, as mentioned in the biblical account in 1 Samuel chapter 14, verse 47, that reads,
After Saul had assumed rule over Israel, he fought against their enemies on every side: Moab, the Ammonites, Edom, the kings of Zobah, and the Philistines.
For example, Amarna Letter 197 highlights the ruler of Damascus informing the Pharaoh of two other local rulers who provided chariots to the Habiru. The letter records,
"Two traitors have moved a rebellion against me. Having barred the city gate on me, they took chariots from Ashtaroth, but gave them both to the Habiru, and both did not give them to the king, my lord."
Similarly, Amarna Letter number 64 details how another ruler was caught up in fierce fighting in southern Canaan.
"May the king, my lord, be informed that the war against me is severe. It may seem good to the king, my lord, to send a magnate to protect me."
Other letters, such as Amarna Letter number 248, document Habiru victories within the Lower Galilee region.
"Let the king, my lord, be informed that all the possessions that the king gave to his servant have been expropriated. The men of the city of Tanakh slaughtered my cattle and drove me away."
The growing power of the Habiru is also highlighted in Amarna Letter 299, where Yapahu, the ruler of Gezer, appeals for help.
"Since the Habiru are stronger than we, may the king give me his help, and may the king, my lord, save me from the Habiru, or else the Habiru may destroy us."
The city of Gezer would later fall into the hands of a certain ruler named Adda-Danu, as he authored 3 Amarna letters from numbers 292 to 294. In the biblical account, this city is the frontier for the lowlands of Shephelah, where the battle at the Valley of Elah took place. This was the scene for David's legendary debut as a warrior against Goliath, when a major victory against the Philistine army is described. The text from the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 verses 51 to 52 reads,
"When the Philistines saw that their hero Goliath was dead, they turned and ran. Then the men of Israel and Judah surged forward with a shout and pursued the Philistines to the entrance of Gath and Ekron."
The parallels between the biblical battle of Elah and the letters of Adda-Danu illustrate the striking similarity in the dynamics of these ancient conflicts. First, the city of Gezer was not only situated near the northern border of Philistine territory, but also formed part of a larger network of valleys within the lowlands of Shephelah. This area, characterized by its fertile plains and strategic passageways, served as a natural corridor for trade and military movement. Gezer's position placed it at a critical intersection between the highlands of Israelite settlement and the coastal plains dominated by the Philistines. The Valley of Elah became renowned for its biblical confrontation between David and Goliath, further emphasizing Gezer's role as a frontier city. Second, the name Adda-Danu derives from the Akkadian roots, Adda meaning father, and Danu meaning justice, yielding the interpretation, "my father is just." This Akkadian name can be seen as a linguistic counterpart to the Hebrew name Abinadab, one of Saul's sons. The name Abinadab means "my father is noble," built from the Hebrew root abi, meaning father, and nadab, meaning noble. Thus, this correspondence provides a plausible basis for identifying Adda-Danu as the same person as Abinadab. Third, and perhaps the most striking argument, comes from the report by this ruler, identified with the son of Saul. He describes a confrontation against a certain enemy named Peah, the son of Golatu, who is said to have been a trusted servant of the Pharaoh. The name of the father, Golatu, bears a striking resemblance to the biblical figure Goliath, suggesting a possible connection between these accounts. The Amarna Letter 294 reads,
"Consider the deed of Peah, the son of Golatu, against me. My men whom I sent to serve in Jaffa and to guard the house of the king, my lord Peah, the son of Golatu, has just taken. May the king, my lord, be informed of these affairs of his servant."
This conflict, potentially involving a son of Saul and a son of Goliath, bears a remarkable resemblance to the biblical account of David's first major military encounter. Just as David's clash with Goliath marks the start of his rise as a key figure in Israelite history, this study aims to explore a richer understanding of David's early career from the potential identification with a certain figure in the Amarna Letters known as Tagi of Gintikir-Mil. During the Battle of Elah, David was a low-ranking leader under Saul, which explains his absence in these initial Amarna Letters. However, it will be his first act as an independent leader by rescuing the city of Keilah while pursued by Saul that this study will explore in the next chapter.